underfoot built like a cauldron.
Hey friends, welcome back for another video. Today I'm just going to do another let's play kind of thing. I got my Dark Elf Ranger here, along with my Dark Elf Shadowknight, which is also new. I made these two characters recently, so I figured, hey, they're about the same level. They'd make a good team, and let's do a Lost Dungeons and Norrath mission with them. Why not? So here's the recruiter. Oh, and this is a Dark Elf too. How awesome. All right, we're going to do Risk High. We're going to do Mob Count, because those are the easiest. There we go. Request. And we got to kill 55. So we're going to hit accept. And yeah, so I'm level 19 on the Ranger. I believe the Shadow Knight is 24? Yeah, 24. So they're slightly higher, which brings the group average up a little bit. So you're probably going to be seeing mobs in this dungeon that are going to be either like yellow or maybe even red to the Ranger. And I'm driving the team with the Ranger, but it's not going to be nearly as hard as it might appear. I guess I could go through some of the commands. Like if you hit Alt-V, that will toggle this window, the adventure window, that gives you your adventure information. You may want to pull that up periodically throughout the adventure to see your progress, because your progress will be updated in that window. And here we got to run through G-Fey, which isn't the best place to run through as a Dark Elf, you know, especially one that's not agnostic. I don't know if the Wood Elves and High Elves would attack an agnostic Dark Elf or not. I know they don't like Dark Elves regardless of their deity of choice, but I know it's always worse if you're worshipping an Aruk or Bertoculus or, you know, just any of the more evil deities. Agnostic usually has a better time, better opportunity to gain favor with the good races. Oh, that's wild. It's a level 34 person chilling over here. So the good news is I've got really quick mounts, so it shouldn't be a problem even if I get attacked by something. F that though. Yeah, the brownie at level 37 might have messed me up. Those guys are so nasty, and they're threatening to everybody. You could be a High Elf, a Wood Elf, a Dark Elf, it doesn't matter. They hate everybody. They're just dicks. On TLPs, they're the worst because, you know, you have the crappiest of gear. You're running through here because you're just trying to get some XP. Either that or you're just trying to run from G-Fey to Steam Font, or the other way around. And those guys just hit you like a little tiny truck and run you down. It sucks. So we're almost there. Again, remember, this blue line here on the compass, that is always going to help you find your way to the dungeon. I believe it's right here on this little dip. Yep. Because there's two entrances. There's this one, and there's one that looks like a mausoleum. So you just click on this sideways door. I really hope I have the sound working on this all correctly, because I did not check. I usually do a small test, and I didn't this time, probably because I'm in a bit of a rush. So let's hope this works. So I did not make an assist key for my Shadow Knight yet, and you're probably wondering, like, why don't you have your Shadow Knight as the main assist? I just don't, okay? So stop asking questions. Pet kill. So I'll be casting 2 spells, and then they'll also be sending in their pet with the Shadow Knight there. I think my Ranger's going to be doing more damage than the Shadowknight on this mission. I just have that feeling. You know, because the ranger can dual wield. And this turd is just healing itself. Since all the loot is just going to me, I'm just 2-boxing. I'm just gonna have it all automatically be sent to one character. There's no point in waiting for the split. That way I don't have to look at the loot window on my screen the whole time. So yeah, we got a cleric merc, we got a tank merc, and another extra tank. I could have done like have one of them be a rogue, which would have added more DPS, but I really don't foresee a problem with DPS because, you know, the characters are kind of twinked. They got weapons that are better than they probably should be, especially this ranger. Oh, look. Dustbone. I thought that was going to be like simple sandals. Okay. Are these regular bone chips? No, they're splintered bone chips. Okay. If it was regular, I would just send them to the SK. So, yeah. These things are easy to do if you want a multi-box. You see, I don't even have a full group. I just have two characters and 2 mercs. And I'm on risk high. So I'm not even on like low risk. I'm on high risk. Which means the mobs are going to be a little bit higher level. It should be pretty good XP. Yeah, I'm getting 6.6% per kill. So that's going to be fantastic. I'm wondering if I should maybe use a 2-hander with my SK. It would be extra DPS. Because they're not actually tanking. Did I just get a breastplate? Watch it be a leather. No, it's the simple one. Alright, so let's send that to Phobia. Actually, I already have rough. So I don't need simple. That would be a downgrade, but it's alright. I'll put it in the bazaar or something. Does anybody need a simple Defiant breastplate for a newbie character? I probably won't have it on me anymore by the time this video goes out. I'm kind of on a dark elf kick lately. Have you noticed? Alright, we got a ding already. So is that me? Yep, level 20. That means I can start using poison. Because I have level 20 poison. I'm gonna right click on that. There we go. Start procking. Speaking of, my Shadowknight has some poison too. So let's get that going. Simple Knight's Sword is what I'm currently using. Yeah, that's fine. I don't know how many of my viewers actually like doing Lost Dungeons. I think quite a lot do, though. Because I used to do these more often back in the day. In the early days of my channel, I would make alts a lot and go through these. There have been times where I got so into a character that I was playing that I wanted to write like a short story about him and turn it into like an ebook. But finding the time to be able to do all that, it just doesn't ever seem possible. I don't know how I used to manage to work a full day at work, and then when I got off, go to like a coffee house for like an hour or two and hang out there, You know, have a snack and meet up with friends. I used to meet up with friends. I used to not have this weird issue about leaving the house back in the day. Now, it's messed up. Here's the downside to not having a stinking rogue in the group. Those freaking traps, man. I can't disarm the traps without a rogue. Wow. Back in the day, having 4 on you at a time without a full group was a problem. How many of you remember that? Like it actually being a difficult thing to get through. But now with mercenaries and everything and Defiant gear, so much easier. Level... Oh, that was the other one. That was the Shadowknight that leveled up. So they're 25 now. Let me see if these are decent spells. I got light healing. Ooh! I have Ignite. I don't know if I memorized Ignite yet. Yeah, let's put that up there. There's also Fire Fist. I believe that's an attack buff, right? So let's give myself that. I might meet up with some guildies tonight to play a bit too. So that's one of the reasons why I just want to run through this pretty quick. I took the day off to do YouTube things, you know, video making things and all that. And I did crank out a couple of music videos, but those are really, really easy to do. I mean, once I have the songs, and I already had the songs made. But as far as making the songs, I know, you know, yeah, I use the AI music generator. But it spits out a lot of garbage, okay? I'm not great at writing a prompt where I'll get exactly what I want in the first go. Sometimes I'll toss out like 40 songs, you know, and I'm sitting here listening to them all and seeing, okay, that was kind of good. And then I'll listen to another one that's, you know, similar. It's like, oh my God, no, this one is terrible. A lot of times I'll rewrite the lyrics and stuff too. So I'm like, yeah, this could be okay, but the lyrics are trash. So I'll rewrite the lyrics myself. So a lot of these have lyrics that I actually wrote. I just, you know, I use the AI at first to get an idea, and then I'll rewrite the lyrics. But yeah, the AI is doing all the music stuff too, and generating the voice and everything. Which is really nice, because I can't sing worth a crap. And I know being musically inclined is a skill, right? But it's also, I think, a matter of luck. Because there's going to be people that no matter how hard they try, they're never going to have that kind of voice. Or that kind of dexterity in their fingers, like playing guitar. I took music class as a teen in high school. And oh my God, I never got good. I tried practicing a lot and stuff, and it just... I had short, chubby fingers. I guess. I don't know. I didn't have long musician fingers. If that's a thing. Let me know if it's a thing, guys. Musicians, in the comments, if you're, you know, watching my stuff. Let me know if that's a thing, or if you think I'm just full of crap and that I just didn't try hard enough. But I do think that there are folks that are kind of born with some natural talent. But I also do say that, yes, it does take a lot of work too. Because, you know, you can have all the raw talent in the world. If you don't know, you know, basic music theory and all that stuff, you're not going to come out with anything great. I always wrote a lot of music lyrics as a teen, though. Like, you know, angsty, my notebook. You know, while the cool kids were cutting class to, you know, drink and do the devil's lettuce, or maybe, you know, get busy somewhere in the band shell or whatever. I was usually, if I cut class, I was just on a park bench alone somewhere, writing goofy stuff. So yeah, some of us are nerds our whole lives, folks. It doesn't go away. It's not a phase. It's just there. I do like these spiders, man. Kudos to the designer who made these. They look so much better than a lot of the other ones that you see in the game. And for those of you who have played on the Lazarus server, this is the model of spider they use for a Dark Elf Beast Lord. They have spider pet. That looks just like that. Which I'd be totally down for a Dark Elf Beast Lord here on live on Phone of Eye. That'd be great. I'm not really sure why Daybreak doesn't release more class race combos. I don't know if they're just thinking, oh, let's do it real slow so we can milk it and, you know, release a different one every couple of years to get people to buy expansions even if they're not max level, you know. That might be something they're doing. Because if you look at Everquest 2, which I've played, you know, I think a lot of us have, even though it's not nearly as good of a game. Okay, so I've got like 9 more to kill. This is going so quickly, which is great. You know, Everquest 2, you've got so many possible combinations for class and race. I think you'd be like a high elf rogue and stuff in Everquest 2, which you can't be out like a high elf rogue in regular EQ. EQ1. Do we call it EQ1 or do we call this just regular Everquest? Another one. Another simple Defiant Breastplate. Wow. Does anybody want a simple Defiant? I already said that, but maybe I will hang on to these and see. Nobody's going to want a simple Defiant Breastplate, though. By the way, please, guys, I'm trying to reach 2K subs by New Year. If you could be so kind to subscribe, that would be really awesome. I mean, if I get annoying, you can always unsubscribe. I'm sure a lot of you do. I'm sure a lot of my viewers have. They're like, okay, this guy's annoying now. His content all looks the same. That's because I'm not that talented. I wish I was. I really wish I was. I'd love to make awesome, really awesome content. But I gotta settle for just sharing my meager knowledge of Everquest. And occasionally I get lucky and someone's like, hey, I did not know this. Thank you. I appreciate this. And I'm happy when it, you know, when it does help somebody. I genuinely am. I genuinely do want to help. I know people probably just think I'm a troll, but I'm not really a troll. I'm just sarcastic and kind of stupid. And that's not on purpose. That's just from you know, being a Gen Xer. We're all kind of sarcastic and stupid. It's in our genetic makeup. Oh, I'm not in the guild yet. Let me see on my other character who is in the guild. Okay, there's still a lot of people that are not on. Okay, I'm going to invite my ranger into the guild. Now I'm in the guild. Yay! Am I just, okay, I'm just a recruit. Oh, but I did set this character up as an officer. Okay, now we finished the mission, but we can run around and kill stuff for XP and loot. There are some interesting, noteworthy things. At least it is to me, okay? Because again, trade skill nerd, you know, you're all used to that by now. That drop in the Lost Dungeons of Norrath. Like, if you fight gargoyles here in the Mistmore Catacomb zones, they drop, I think it's gargoyle granite is what it's called, something like that, along that line. And that's used to craft armor that has some nice magic resist. Of course it can't compare to Defiant armor, right? But in Era, I thought it was pretty good. I've even made stuff like when you make the gargoyle stuff, it's called Gothic, which, hey, as an old goth club kid, that always made me chuckle. You know, plus, oh, vampire, you know, all the vampire stuff. Anyway, it's called Gothic plate or Gothic chain, depending on, you know, if you're making plate or chain, right? And it has a high magic resist, so it's pretty cool. It had something else too. I think it might have had stamina as well. And it had like extra slots for some of the augs that either dropped or that you could purchase from Lost Dungeons. Because remember, Lost Dungeons, I'm pretty sure it was Lost Dungeons of Norrath when augments were initially introduced. You know, because the whole interesting ore thing, you know. So here's a thought. Maybe what I can do is I can level, because you know how I tried to make a character that was leveling up all on Serpent Spine? What if I just tried to level up Tristah and Phobia here, just doing Lost Dungeons of Norrath? Nothing but Lost Dungeons. That'd be kind of fun. There's, you know, a large enough variety of different areas and dungeons to keep it, you know, keep it fun and interesting. So I might do that. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you think of that idea. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to level up a whole lot past like maybe 70, because at 65, that's pretty much at the end. So you'd still get some XP fighting level 65s, right? So I think, you know, by the time you reach maybe 70, you're pretty much not going to get XP anymore. So that's a thought. And then I can always just, you know, do maybe Dragons of Norrath or something like that after that. Although I really hated Dragons of Norrath. And I know you're probably like, but why, Fez? It's like basically the same damn thing. It's all instance missions. And yeah, you're kind of right, but those instance missions kind of sucked. They were so much harder. And I'm not like trying to be like, it has to be easy for me to enjoy it. But when I say harder, it's like they hit like a truck, you know? So I would have to really upgrade my gear a lot to survive it. Although, I guess, you know, back then we didn't have Defiant either, so it might be that with full set of elaborate Defiant or whatever you get at that level is going to be more than enough, right? Plus, you know, we've got Underfoot Diamonds Trio jewelry now, which I think I'm wearing. Yeah, I'm wearing Electrum Underfoot Diamond Trio stuff. What is this? Simple chain gloves. I don't know if that's going to be an upgrade. Currently wearing... Oh, crude! So yeah, that's an upgrade for me, man. So just going to destroy the crude. Actually, I probably... I'm thinking maybe I could have sold it to, like, in the bazaar, but it's crude, man. People could get crude from the tutorial zone. I'm so frugal that it's actually a problem. I think I need to, like, frugal anonymous or something. He's like, maybe I could get some plat off of that. It's so ridiculous. I'm sure there's people, like, watching the video like, it's a bigger waste of time just to even parcel it to a trader. You're not going to get, like, but maybe 10, 20 platinum from that. Oddly enough, though, the simple, rough, ornate, and flawed and stuff like that all sells pretty well. I think because you get a lot of people, they're free to play. They want Defiant because it's like the best gear at low level, right? And there's a lot of people just making free to play accounts, checking out the game. And I'd love to imagine that they're checking out the game because they caught one of my videos. But they probably caught one of the videos of one of the good Everquest YouTubers. I'm like the last one you stumble on. It's like, oh, what's this clown doing? I'm pulling this one from across the hall. There was one right next to me. Watch out for these corpses, by the way. If you stumble across these, like this bitten victim right here. So there could be both a terrible, like a trap, or a good thing from hitting it. Sometimes you hit it, and I'll do that. Okay, it was a trap. So some spiders spawned, and they're attacking. Sometimes, you know, there might be a negative effect. Sometimes you hit it, and there'll be a spell that heals the group, you know. Sometimes the guy, the NPC, just gets up and says, please don't hurt me, I was just pretending to be dead. So they would leave me alone. And he'll say something like, if you let me, I will follow you and help you battle these monsters while I still have strength left in my bones. Or something like that, you know? That's not exactly what they say, I'm paraphrasing. And a lot of different ones say a lot of different things. But yeah, they'll sort of become a pet. As long as you don't have a pet. Ooh, there's one of the... Actually, it's not the werewolves, it's the gargoyles that drop the granite. That's right. I think you can also forage it, so I actually should make a forage button on this character because it's a ranger. And, you know, you can make that macro that will forage just while you're running around. Similar to the macro that I make when I want to teach languages to the group. So let's do that real quick. That'll be the tip of the day here. I think I have forage anyway. I might not have had it right away from the beginning. There we go, forage. So yeah, I click that, forage. My forage is at a 2 now. So let's make a macro for this. So here we go, here's a macro. And I've got this set of buttons here on this hotbar that's got D, A, W, S already set. So anytime I press my movement keys, A, S, W, D, it will trigger these. So let's type in forage or forage. Forage. So we're gonna do its ability number 3, right? 5, comma, slash do ability 3, and then we're gonna do auto inventory. So what we have here is pause 5. That will give the forage ability to trigger, and, you know, not necessarily 5 full seconds, but 5 ticks or whatever before it tries to auto inventory, right? So now that we have that button, we're going to put a copy of it in each of these slots. And every time I move, I will be attempting to forage until, like, my forage, of course, it doesn't always pop, but if I do forage something, it will also automatically go into a bag using auto inventory. If I want to also teach my group some languages, I can do that too. Or maybe I could put another button like sneak and hide, right? Where I can do /do ability 4 / do ability 5, and that way it'll trigger sneak and hide. And this is both nice and terrible at the same time, because sometimes when you're doing this, you know, this is something you only want to do at low levels because you're if you start sneaking when you're pulling and trying to run away from something, you've basically snared yourself, because for those that know, you know, when you're sneaking, you're walking extra slow, right? So it's both a really stupid idea and a good idea at the same time. I don't mind it so much. It doesn't bother me all that much. Wow, they were just going nuts running when I tried to pull them. Bad pathing, guys. So I think I'm going to end the video about here. We did succeed. We got all the ones killed that we wanted to kill. And like I said, I usually just keep going because it's pretty good XP, you know? Trying to see what... I'm still getting 3.4 per kill, even though they're just dark blue to me now. So I'm catching up to my Shadowknight. The Shadowknight's 26, huh? And yeah, my Ranger's 23. So if you guys found this entertaining, please, you know, if you could leave a like. If not, then I'm sorry. But leaving a like would really help me out, help me get seen in the algorithm. My video might get recommended to more Everquest players. If you like what I do here, you'd like to help support me and support the channel, please consider subscribing if you're not subscribed. Or better yet, you can hit that little join button and join the channel as a channel member. Channel members get special perks and privileges, like a link to join the private Discord. If YouTube memberships are not your thing, check out the links below the video, because I also have a Patreon. And that would be really cool too if more people join the Patreon, because I drive for Uber for a living and it's getting really, really dangerous out there. Mostly not so much people trying to carjack you or anything like that. Not so much like crime, but just people don't know how to drive anymore. You know, just people not paying attention to signs and stoplights and all that. I just got my car back from it getting hit a couple of weeks ago, and I really don't want that to happen again anytime soon, but it might, unfortunately. So yeah, you guys can also leave a super thanks. A super thanks is like leaving me a tip, like I was your Everquest Uber driver driving you through this adventure. I don't know, I gotta try to make it entertaining somehow. I also have a music channel, and the link to that is in the description of the video too. It's called DJ Wobblecog, and that's where I put a lot of my music that I create with the help of AI. And I feel like some of them are pretty good. I've been trying to make like music sort of related to Everquest sometimes, or just related to how I'm feeling at the time, which unfortunately is depressed a lot. So some of the music is really depressing, but some folks like depressing. I don't know. Did I go through here yet? Yeah, I did. But I guess that's it. So again, thank you for watching. And I want to thank all my current YouTube channel members and Patreon patrons for your support and your continued support. Those of you who not only subscribed, but who have resubscribed month after month, you guys are my absolute heroes. Thank you. Thank you very much. And thank you for watching. Have a great day and a wonderful tomorrow.
Nereac underfoot built like a cauldron. Show me North the commons. City paved in gold. Plumb the depths. My Nereac kinda got a ring to it. I don't need you to believe it. My Nereac, turn the lights down low. My Nereac, see the ghoulish glow. Stormlord's patron, she owns it. Host of all hosts, we chose this. Falling to rise, to fall. Spark our minds all the while in shadow. Insidious creativity flows. Dine decadent toast to West. I don't know. Goblets anew, spilled sake, equal to merciless fate. Ideas buried here, seated there.